going on, guys? My name's Emmanuel, and Peter Lynch said, time is on your side when you own shares of superior companies. And the company that I'll be analyzing today is one of the most superior and yet undervalued stocks on the market today. So here's a quick breakdown of its CV. It is the market leader in its field and currently holds the largest market share percentage. It's currently beating off strong competition from the likes of Microsoft, Oracle, and Adobe. It is also the first of its kind to be included in the Dow. Analysts across the board are expecting double-digit revenue growth over the next coming years for this company, and it simply is a spectacular company that has a mass amount of exponential growth ahead of it. And I'm not going to keep you waiting any longer, guys. The company that I'm talking about for today's video is Salesforce. The ticker symbol is CRM. So here are today's objectives. Number one, we'll do a company profile of Salesforce, because remember, guys, we need to understand the fundamentals of the business before we invest. Number two, I'll break down how they generate their revenue. Number three, why Salesforce is expected to grow exponentially. And number four, we will look at the company's moat and how it stacks up against its closest competitors. By the end of this video, you have all the information that you need to be able to decide whether Salesforce is a buy. But before we dive into today's video, guys, please don't forget to smash the like button, as it really helps my channel grow. And if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to stay up to date with the latest stock market news and also my latest stock analysis. We are almost at 3K subs, guys, and it'll be amazing if we can hit that very, very soon. But with all that said, guys, I appreciate your support, and let's jump into today's video.
All right, so as always, all the information I share in today's presentation can be found on the investors page for Salesforce, okay? All you have to do to access this is simply visit Google, type in Salesforce Investor Relations, and it's usually the first link, okay? Again, you can pretty much do this for any company that trades publicly, okay? So back to my presentation. So we are talking Salesforce, ticker symbol is CRM. And the question is, what's the story? We have to have an understanding of the fundamentals before we move on to the financials, and then understand its current competition, and then have a more predictable outlook of its future growth. All right, guys. So Salesforce is the world's #1 customer relationship management platform, okay? And that's CRM. So if you're not familiar with what a CRM is, it's an online platform that enables small to large businesses to manage its interactions with its past and current and potential customers. So I have a wedding photography business, and essentially I do have a CRM that manages all my clients for me. If a wedding inquiry comes in for my wedding photography service, I enter the client's information into my CRM. So my CRM does the follow-ups, which sometimes actually does close the sale. And if the clients do want to go ahead and purchase our service, the CRM sends them the contracts, the quotes, the invoices, and it pretty much just manages everything on my behalf. So you're able to automate your business in an effective manner. And also it could be the difference between you securing a sale or you losing a sale, okay? Salesforce, or CRM, specifically focuses on customer retention, exactly what I said, and ultimately drives sales growth through customer analytics, okay? So their cloud-based CRM applications are built for sales, service, analytics, and you can also actually do marketing using the Salesforce cloud system. All right, now the question is, how does this all work? Okay, it sounds great to the ears, but how does this all work? They work through what is known as customer touch points, okay, and they have 3 customer touch points. The first touch point is the sales cloud, okay? Clients of Salesforce are able to use this to store data, to monitor leads, forecast opportunities, gain insights through analytics, and also deliver quotes, contracts, and invoices. Exactly what my CRM does for my business, okay? So the next touch point is the service touch point. Salesforce clients are able to use this service to connect their service agents with customers at any time, anywhere, on popular devices across multiple channels. So your phone, email, messaging, chat, live video, etc. And again, I use my CRM for exactly this purpose within my wedding photography business. And the third and final touch point is the marketing and commerce cloud. And I think this is what gives Salesforce a big advantage over the other CRM platforms out there. You're able to pretty much personalize, plan, and optimize one-to-one customer marketing. And this also includes interaction across email, mobile, socials, web, and connected products. So again, this can all be automated through the Salesforce cloud platform. So that's all incredible. Okay. The meaty question is, how do they actually make money? That's what we're all here for, guys. And it's actually quite straightforward. They actually make 94% of their revenue through subscription and also support. So clients of Salesforce obviously have to subscribe to their system and they pay a month by month basis. And also if they need extra support with their platforms, of course, this is another revenue driver for Salesforce. And the 6% is from professional services. Okay, so that's essentially how they generate their revenue. It's quite a straightforward business model. And the platform is something that I do currently use myself. So that's also a plus. So why is Salesforce set to grow exponentially? You know, you've seen the title of this video. I do believe, especially in terms of the tech stocks sector, this is one of the best companies left on the market that has huge growth potential that hasn't been baked in. When you look at the likes of Apple, you know, your Microsofts, your Etsy's, your Squares, you can argue that their growth has somewhat been baked into the price already. But with Salesforce, especially when we move into the section where we do the competitor analysis, you will see it's nowhere near in terms of its potential. Okay, so why is Salesforce set to grow exponentially? Now, I think there are three main catalysts for this. And the first growth catalyst is this. Salesforce will be the first real software as a service, so that's SaaS, company to be included in the Dow. Okay, so let me take you to that article right now. So the headline from Barron's is Salesforce rises after it's included in the Dow, but earnings drive the stock even more. So we're going to talk about earnings later on. So the article says that Salesforce.com was a lucky winner of the Dow Jones Industrial Average Lottery this past week. Salesforce joined Amgen and Honeywell International in the Dow Jones Industrial Average, replacing ExxonMobil, Raytheon Technologies, and Pfizer. Okay, so why is this significant, I hear you ask? Well, I think it's significant because it's set to raise more investors' awareness of this company. Like I said, guys, I don't think investors are fully aware of this company, what it does. And I think that's particularly why it's currently undervalued, because if people understood what Salesforce do and also the market share that they currently hold in the CRM platform world, it should be trading a lot higher to what it currently is. And trust me, you will understand as we go through this presentation. So with Salesforce being introduced into the Dow Jones, this is going to raise significant investor awareness of this company, which of course, the more people know about it, the more people buy shares, the more buyers you have than sellers, the price goes up. Okay, so that's how it's going to work. So that's one of the reasons why I think there's a lot of growth still to go with this company. Now, my second growth catalyst for Salesforce is that they have the largest market share amongst its CRM competitors. Okay, and that's just not lip service, guys. You always know I've got an article to back up everything I say. And this is actually from their earnings presentation that they released last week. Let's visit that now. So here we are, guys. We're actually on page 14 of their report. And as you can see here, you have some really big names. You've got the likes of Adobe. You've got the likes of Microsoft, Oracle, SAP. You know, Adobe has 3.6% of the market share. Microsoft has 3.7%. Oracle has 5.2%. SAP also has a respectable 5.3%. But right there, sky high, is our baby Salesforce sitting at 18.14%. There's a reason why they have a cloud in their logo. It's because they are soaring amongst the rest, guys. This is amazing. This company has a huge moat. And I mean, it's just night and day. Do you get what I'm saying? Look at the competition. Look at CRM. Look at Salesforce. Killing it. All right. Killing it. So I think as more investors actually start to clock on to the market share that Salesforce actually has, that's also going to drum up a lot of interest for this company. So the third main catalyst was their incredible revenue growth from the increased subscriptions and support services that it received in the last quarter. So let's visit that now. Before we head into the figures and the growth rates, I want to highlight what the chairman and CEO Mark Binoff has said. It's humbling to have had one of the best quarters in Salesforce history against the backdrop of multiple crises seriously affecting our communities around the world. In the middle of a lockdown, in the middle of everything that's going on, Salesforce has managed to emerge with the best quarter that they've ever had in history. That is very similar to the likes of Amazon. Do you get what I'm saying? The best companies thrive during economic crisis, and Salesforce are currently thriving, guys. And this gets me really, really excited. So I'm just going to spitball their fiscal second quarter results. So revenue grew by 29% year over year to 5.15 billion. Okay. Subscription and support revenue grew by 29% year over year to 4.8 billion. Professional services and other revenues also grew by 23% year over year to 0.31 billion. Gross profit grew by 27% to 3.84 billion. Operating income, which was sitting at 178 million. Net income was 2.6 billion. Free cash flow was also up 22% year over year. Total cash, cash equivalents, and marketable securities is amounting to 9.3 billion, and debt is amounting to 2.7 billion. Whew. That was a mouthful, guys, but there you are. Read it for yourself. Take all your notes that you need. That is crazy. That is crazy. But I told you I got 3. Nope, I got 4 growth catalysts, guys. They earned a partnership with Siemens to support businesses globally with their reopening phase during post-lockdown, okay? Let me show you that partnership right now, because this is just getting me more excited. As you can see, the article on Salesforce.com's website was that on June 23, 2020, Salesforce and Siemens announced a strategic partnership to develop a new workplace technology suite that will support businesses globally to safely reopen and deliver future experience for physical workplaces. The partnership will combine salesforcework.com, powered by Customer 360, and Siemens smart infrastructure solutions, including Comfy and Enlightened, to orchestrate the processes, people, and things that are essential to creating a safe, connected workplace for the future. If you don't know who Siemens are a massive player within especially the hardware sector. Their partnership with Salesforce, I think, is just going to strengthen Salesforce's foothold on the market right now. So that is another huge growth catalyst for Salesforce.com. Guys, look, there can be no argument at this point. The reality is, guys, this is an incredible company. It's got 4 huge growth catalysts that are set to propel it forward. But what I want to do now, I want to take a look at the competition, okay? So as we saw, Adobe is one of their main competitors. Let's compare this company to Adobe, all right, because they're very similar in market price. So in terms of the subscription as a service business model, Salesforce's closest competitor is Adobe, ADBE. So let's take a look at their comparison right now. I'm on Seeking Alpha's website, and they've actually provided 3 other competitors that are closely matched to Salesforce, but we're going to ignore these 2 for now, because in terms of a market cap standpoint, they come nowhere near to Salesforce, because Salesforce has a market cap of 2.48 billion, whereas these 2 have 92 billion and 50 billion. All right. So we're going to focus on Adobe, ticker symbol ADBE, because their market caps are very, very similar. So straight off the bat, you can see the market cap for Salesforce is slightly more than Adobe at 2.48 billion to 2.44 billion. Looking at their current trading price, and straight away, guys, you can see a massive difference in price. Adobe, even though the market cap is less, is trading at considerably richer than Salesforce is. It's almost double the market price of Salesforce. Now moving on to revenue year on year growth, and straight away you can see Salesforce's revenue growth year on year is nearly doubled Adobe's, sitting at 31.58% to Adobe's 19.25%. Okay, you can say, yeah, that's year on year. Even looking at the forward revenue growth, 22.50% to Adobe's 17.64%. I will give Adobe the W on this one in terms of gross profit margins, because you can see here that Adobe has 85% whilst Salesforce has 74.62%. And also you have to give Adobe the net income margin, which is sitting at 30.71% to Salesforce's 12.21%. Adobe is a bit more efficient with operations in terms of Salesforce, but I think as long as Salesforce can continue to grow their revenue at the current rate it already is, and management can get a bit more efficient with operations, then that should close the gap within the next coming years. And now, guys, taking a look at their financials, Adobe's revenue is sitting at 12.05 billion, whereas Salesforce is generating higher revenue than Adobe at 19.38 billion. Gross profit is also higher. Salesforce has a 14.46 billion gross profit to Adobe's 10.31 billion in gross profit. But like I said, guys, management need to sort out their operations, because the operating income for CRM is sitting at 107 million, whilst Adobe's operating income is at 3.78 billion. Okay, taking a look at their balance sheet, and you can see Salesforce has a much higher cash position. It's almost doubled Adobe's cash position, sitting at 9.28 billion to Adobe's 4.35 billion. Look at their debt, guys. Look at the debt. So Salesforce has a 9.28 billion in cash versus 4.85 billion in debt. Okay, Adobe, on the other hand, has 4.35 billion in cash, but has more debt than cash, guys. It has 4.70 billion in debt. Now, don't get me wrong, that isn't too bad, okay? From Adobe's point of view, that isn't too bad. But look at Salesforce. They practically have no debt. If you wipe away their debt, they will still have similar cash revenue left over as Adobe does. This is incredible. And take a look at their current ratios, guys. And yes, I will give Adobe this. They take the W on that. They have a current ratio of 1.29 to Salesforce's 1.15. But both current ratios are good. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you would know that a current ratio of higher than 1 is an indicator that the total current assets exceed the total current liabilities. From a balance sheet point of view, they are both in a very good position for at least the next 12 months because they can fulfill their financial obligations. Okay, but for me, I give this to Salesforce just because of the total cash versus the total debt position. And lastly, looking at their net operating cash flow position, not much in it at all, with Salesforce at 4.22 billion versus Adobe's 4.81 billion, guys. So I think they are incredibly close when you compare both financials. However, when you take a look at the market price, you can see it's night and day. Salesforce is currently trading at $271 a share, whilst Adobe is nearly double that at $516 a share. But when we did the comparison, there isn't much difference between the two. If anything, Salesforce has a much stronger financial position than Adobe in my eyes. So with Adobe trading at $516 per share, versus Salesforce trading at $271 per share, one can argue that a lot of growth has already been baked into Adobe, but there's not a lot of growth that's been baked into Salesforce.com. And this is why I think within the next year or 2 years, this price will double in value. And I'm not alone in this, guys. Look at the expectation for the analysts. They're talking double-digit growth for Salesforce, 13.70% by January next year. Also going towards the end of next year, 21.60%. And also even into 2022, we're still talking double-digit sales growth, sitting at 17.60%. So guys, for me, I think I have justified why I think Salesforce is arguably the best undervalued growth stock right now. I hope you enjoyed the analysis, guys. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this company. Take care.
Hope you enjoyed today's analysis. I am incredibly bullish on Salesforce, and I started to build my position in Salesforce last week. I sold out of my entire Etsy position for a 55% profit and reinvested those proceeds into Salesforce. I strongly think this company will only get stronger in the months and years to come, and I am extremely happy with this acquisition. But ultimately, guys, make sure you do your own due diligence and your own analysis before you decide to invest in any company or in any stock. Remember, I am not a financial advisor. I just love researching and sharing my research about stocks with you. All the links to help you with your investing are in the description below, including some books that I highly recommend. Plus, my broker Trading 212 will send us both a free share if you sign up using my link in the description below. With all that said, guys, don't forget to smash the like button, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you want more content from me. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.